So ever since Google ruined their iconic search feature by making it all AI, a lot of people have actually been giving them a lot of backlash. Not only has Google been receiving a lot of heat from the community, but they're also joining Google's competitors, one of them being DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo is a search engine that prides itself on being completely private and free, and basically anytime you're searching something up on DuckDuckGo, they actually give you the option on whether or not you wanted to include AI. They have their website called duckduckgo.com, and they also have noai.duckduckgo.com. Wow, that is kind of hard to say, where there's absolutely no AI involved in any of the search results that you are looking up. This has resulted in a lot of people leaving Google for DuckDuckGo as their installs are up 30% as users reject being force-fed Google's AI search. The person writing this article, Rebecca Bellin, actually said that they overheard a woman on the phone saying she was switching to DuckDuckGo because you can opt out of using AI. That is a problem with Google. They don't even really give you the choice. Google just isn't Google anymore, she said. It seems that others had the same idea. At I/O, Google's annual developer conference, the company said its traditional list of blue links is being replaced by an AI agent. We all know this, and it's very unfortunate. People have been arguing that it will kill the open web, while others shared concerns that AI overviews surface inaccurate responses and take away controls from users who might not want to use AI. Just go watch some of my recent videos. We actually talked about a lot of the inaccurate results from AI. And yes, we also talked about this as well, where if you were trying to Google the word disregard on Google search, the AI would actually break and think you're giving them some sort of command. And even though DuckDuckGo has been around for a while, they've never been able to step up to Google. And let's be real here, right? And I'm going to talk about this throughout the video too. DuckDuckGo and any search engine that isn't named Google has a long way to go before they can challenge Google for the biggest search engine in the world. Google by market cap is the second biggest company on planet Earth. And yes, they do have the most visited website in the world and the second most visited website in the world. Google.com is still the most visited website in the world. And obviously they also have YouTube. So yeah, they're not going to be going anywhere anytime soon in terms of their global dominance. However, the fact that people are actually leaving Google search for DuckDuckGo and other search engine alternatives, it does show that people are getting sick and tired of Google shoving AI down our throats. During Google's search antitrust trial in 2023, DuckDuckGo CEO Gabriel Weinberg testified that Google's executive default search contracts harmed its ability to pitch itself as a default on other browsers. Google is force-feeding AI with no way to opt out, Weinberg said Tuesday in a statement referring to Google's search overhaul. As a result, their results are getting worse, not better. We want to be the place that puts users in charge and allows them to decide how much or how little AI they want. And this is the point that we've made so many different times in so many different videos. Whether or not you agree with Google using AI in general is a different conversation. Obviously, on this channel with all the videos that I've made, I'm obviously a little bit more anti-AI, and I believe that Google should be just completely without using. I believe Google search should not use AI at all, and it should just be showing the human written articles and reviews or whatever to any answer to any question that you have. That's just my opinion, right? Let's say you believe Google should be using AI. Whenever I'm Googling something, I should not immediately have an AI overview thrown in my face. I should have some sort of option somewhere that allows me to get rid of AI. That's why in one of my recent videos, as you guys saw, I actually made a video on how to get rid of AI searches from Google search as a whole, because Google doesn't actually give you the option. That's what makes DuckDuckGo different and unique. They have an actual website that is completely separate from their original DuckDuckGo website that we talked about earlier, and it says we've turned off AI assisted answers and we've removed AI generated images. Even on their simple base website, when you search up anything like how to turn Super Saiyan, right? Which again, as I've said in another video we've all done, don't lie. You actually have the option to turn off their AI overview that shows up, right? And also it just doesn't take the entire screen as well. You just go over here to the change search settings over here, and then you go over to AI features, press manage, and all you have to do is just press off right over here and turn off the search assist, right? You can hide AI images as well. You can take all the AI away from DuckDuckGo if you want. And that is an option that Google doesn't give us because Google has invested billions of dollars into forcing AI down our throats. They want to force feed us that AI, right? And Weinberg seems to agree with that. So DuckDuckGo said the US app installs went up 18.1% week over week on average during the May 20 to May 25 period compared to May 13 to May 18. The company said that growth was sustained for 6 consecutive days and peaked at 30.5% on May 25th. On iOS, the rate of install is even higher, with week over week growth hitting a 33% average, peaking at 69.9%. Not 68%, not 70%. 69%. The search engine also said visits to its AI free search page, noai.duckduckgo.com. Man, I just having trouble saying that, averaged 22% in WoW growth, not World of Warcraft, peaking at 27.7% on May 24th. The page turns off every AI feature like AI assisted answers and AI generated images by default. The company said the trend is stronger in the US and that DuckDuckGo continued to gain users over the Memorial Day weekend when it usually sees a dip in traffic. And DuckDuckGo is not anti-AI. As we've mentioned before, DuckDuckGo actually does have AI features. They have all this AI stuff that I don't know anything about. Honestly, I'm not interested in AI at all. I'm frankly sick and tired of it. I would prefer DuckDuckGo didn't use AI at all, but hey, at least they give you the option to completely remove AI from your search experience on the website. It just goes to show that they're actually willing to, I don't know, listen to their user base, and Google is never willing to do that. Yes, Google has made all this money. Yes, they don't have to listen to us at all, and that's fine. They can do whatever they want. However, at the end of the day, we have the right to boycott them and criticize them for all the crap that they do, and Google has been proven to be one of the shadiest companies in the world. Maybe not as shady as awful ass Meta over here, but still very, very shady. Not only do we respect user choice, but also user privacy, Weinberg said. Everything you do in DuckDuckGo is private. We don't collect search histories or chats, and nothing is used for AI training. Obviously, this is not the case with Google. They do track everything that you do, and they send it to all of these third-party trusted sources or whatever they want to call it. And it just goes to show how different DuckDuckGo is to Google. And TechCrunch actually has reached out to Google for a comment and all the backlash that they've gotten from the AI search stuff. And yes, if you're wondering, Google has actually responded to all the backlash they've gotten from the AI search change, and they've essentially just said, we don't really care. We're actually going to have AI be a permanent part of our search experience. They have zero plans to get rid of AI, and they do want everyone to use AI, and they're not even considering adding an option to get rid of the AI features on the website as well. Something so simple, something so easy, the thing that DuckDuckGo has done, that Brave has done, and all these other search engines have done, just have some sort of button on your website, on or off. Do you want to use AI features on Google search, on or off, right? I don't know why there's fireworks going off in the background, but I'm just going to finish the video while that's going on. But basically, oh my God, what's going on outside? Or at least I hope that was fireworks. But anyways, yeah, so Google has actually responded to this and saying, yeah, we're not going to get rid of the AI on our platform. And again, it just goes to show that they don't give a crap what their user base thinks. They just make too much money to care, I suppose. Which brings me to something that I wanted to address with DuckDuckGo. I have actually been seeing a small crowd of people saying that DuckDuckGo isn't worth trusting, so I just wanted to go ahead and address something real quick. They made a tweet saying people aren't just complaining about Google's AI search overhaul, they are leaving. Yesterday alone, our week-over-week install surged 30% in the US. Momentum is growing, it's time to fire Google. Some people are saying to not use DuckDuckGo because the owner happily censored the search during the Russian and Ukraine early days and during COVID-19. They were part of the censorship regime. Avoid them for private search. There are a range of other options, and they said that this is false. DuckDuckGo replied and said, does DuckDuckGo censor or otherwise politically bias their search results? No, our search ranking is strictly non-political, meaning we don't evaluate or otherwise take into account any potential political bias or leanings of websites in our search result rankings. For more information, see our news rankings help page. And they say for the whole Russia thing in particular, a few sites identified by our news spam detector were from the Russian state, but we do not go looking for anything Russian in particular or any particular country or topic. We also do not evaluate the truth of any particular news story or narrative. So it does essentially turn into kind of like a he said, she said situation. But again, there is no way that DuckDuckGo as a company, let's just say for argument's sake, let's say they are in the wrong with this specific situation. There is no way that DuckDuckGo is even close to being as shady of a company as Google. So even if DuckDuckGo is bad for argument's sake, I would rather pick the lesser of the two evils. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the situation in the comments. People are leaving Google search for other alternatives, and DuckDuckGo seems to be the most popular one so far. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more. See ya.